we will study the partition induced problem. Partition induced problem, that is integration of states. Partition induced problem, that is integration of states. Second, problem of communalism. Problem of communalism and settlement of refugees. Problem of communalism and settlement of refugees. Problem of communalism and settlement of refugees. And consolidation of Indian Union. Problems of national language. Hindi versus others. Problems of national language. So these are the immediate things that we observe: integration of states, problem of communalism and settlement of refugees, and consolidation of Indian Union, and problem of national language. Problem of national language. Then post-independence में we will immediately shift for the wars. Indo-China War, Indo-Pak Wars, '65, '71, '99, that is Kargil War. And Indian peacekeeping force in Sri Lanka, IPKF, Indian peacekeeping force in Sri Lanka. Why Indian peacekeeping force went there, and why we have the burned finger, and how Rajiv Gandhi was killed in this entire episode. So IPKF in Sri Lanka. Then fourth, we will study internal problems. Historically, we have problem of which is called Khalistan movement. Khalistan movement, which is sometimes keep on burning since last many decades. So Khalistan movement. Emergency, which was imposed in India by Indira Gandhi. Emergency. Naga and Mizo movement. Assam Accord. Assam Accord. Internal problems. Then achievements, mainly the Nuclear Command Authority, space, technical achievement, Nuclear Command Authority NCA, and then space. Then we will study the linguistic reorganization of states. Linguistic reorganization of states and problem of Bombay. The issue of Bombay, linguistic reorganization of states and then issue of Bombay. We have to see all these. The problem of Bombay is still there with the Gujarati and the Marathi. Still there with the Gujarati and Marathi. Okay, fine. So these are the things. Look, when India and Pakistan became two countries, there was advantage to India compared to Pakistan. So what was the advantage to India? So in post-independence, look at the advantage to India was we have democratically evolved leadership. Democratically evolved leadership. Mass-based political party. Mass-based political party. Democratically evolved leadership, mass-based political party, that is Indian National Congress. Third, the principle of non-violence. Tolerance. Brotherhood. That is political ideology of Gandhi. Political ideology of Gandhi. We all are connected with the political ideology of Gandhi, which making the conflict is a lesser chance and resolution as a bigger chance. You always give preference to non-violence, tolerance and brotherhood. So principle of non-violence, tolerance and brotherhood. And moreover, fourth point, immediately at that time, sometimes you speak, हमारे पास माँ है, right? That give you some emotional touch कि क्या है तुम्हारे पास, हमारे पास माँ है. That's, we have a mother. That is how we have Mountbatten. Mountbatten was, yes, हमारे पास Mountbatten है, तो that is हमारे पास mother है. So he was like a mother for us. Why? Because Nehru, he was a visionary person, no doubt in this. And he persuaded government of Britain to appoint Mountbatten as a viceroy. Although this talk was made very secret, because if Jinnah would have come to know that Mountbatten appointed as a person of Nehru, so obviously the Jinnah had a preconceived thought that everything has to be opposed. So this entire conversation of appointment of Mountbatten was kept secret. Only few persons know this. One was the Nehru who wrote the letter to Prime Minister Italy. So obviously Italy will come to know this. And those who carry the letter, that is BP Menon, the secretary. So only 3 persons, and fourth myself. So, and now you also come to know. So this was kept very secret because of Jinnah. And Mountbatten became the Viceroy of India. It was definitely a Nehru choice, great choice. And because Mountbatten, he was from the member of royal family. So Nehru understood that if Mountbatten will communicate with the Raja and Nawab, this will be better communication because it is a talk between monarchy and monarchy. And these Raja Nawab, they understood that their blood is different. Monarchical blood is different. So they were more close and cozy to Mountbatten compared to other Viceroy. Because Mountbatten is from the royal family. So he had a good connectivity psychologically with the Raja Nawab. So Raja Nawab, Indian Raja Nawab, they considered themselves as a connection of the royal blood. So Mountbatten considered as a key person to negotiate with Raja Nawab to merge in India. And that is the reason why I said कि हमारे पास माँ है. That means we have Mountbatten. So Mountbatten served as a key person in communication with the Indian states. So this is the advantage to India, and Pakistan, these are nothing. Most of the zamindars of Pakistan, India, Nawabs, they wanted to have a separate country just to carry forward their zamindari. It was nothing like that Pakistan should be a country which is for the welfare of the population of the Muslims living there. No. Primarily, they know this thing that once India would become independent, India will adopt democracy. And they're all Nawabi and Jamindari will go away. And that is the reason why those who wanted to carry forward the Jamindari in same way, they conspired to find the Pakistan. So therefore, the leadership was totally in disconnect. And that is the reason why this state would remain always unstable, because the basic foundation of this state is totally incorrect. And without the wish of the masses, number one, wish of the masses in the sense that mass had no futuristic ideas for what purpose we are getting the Pakistan. So communal jingoism, communal conflict, euphoria, sentimental issues of communalism, all created the Pakistan for the time being. The Pakistanis, they created Pakistan, they love to come to India. And they die in Kashmir. Terrorist. Yesterday only. Yes, they come here to die. Although we lost so many brave hearts, but these Pakistanis, they come here only. So, all together, this is advantage and disadvantage. I told you that British had created this confusion regarding the princely states. Modern India yaad hai. 1935 Act, a federation, All India Federation was created. But in this All India Federation, it was optional for the princely states to become part of that federation. Yaad hai? Optional for princely states to become part of the federation. Since then, British had almost taken the things on the chance that these princely states would act as a major hurdle in India's independence. If Indians wanted to make India independent with complete geopolitical unity, it would be difficult for the Indian leaders. So princely states. And then subsequently we have the August proposal, Cripps mission, cabinet mission plan, all did not mention anything related to the princely states, because British understood that these princely states are different from the India. Raja Nawab was also very keen to have a very independent status. So, integration of Indian states. integration of Indian states. Integration of native states. Integration of native states or Indian states. Or Indian states. So, interim government was formed under Jawaharlal Nehru. And interim government means this government will facilitate the transfer of power, legislative works and other works to make a self-dependent government. And at the same time in this government, States Department was also created. For what purpose? To talk to the princely states or the native states and to merge in India. So the minister of that States Department was Vallabhbhai Patel. So Vallabhbhai Patel appointed B.P. Menon. He was an ICS and a very experienced personality. He worked in many capacities under Viceroy. So he became the secretary to the State Department. He was a seasoned campaigner. But immediately after appointment, B.P. Menon resigned, same day, same time. Now Patel called him. Why did you resign? He said, sir, my loyalty is with the British. My loyalty is with British. So my role as an Indian in independent India would be very much questioned. So I don't want to serve now. Then Patel understood his caliber. Patel said that there were many in India working for the Britishers. It was compulsion for them, for the sake of their families. You also worked, but now you are getting chance to work for your nation, then you are running away. So Patel refused his resignation. B.P. Menon was really a very smart person. He was architect of India. Although we gave credit to the visionary leadership of Patel, but B.P. Menon was super smart person. So B.P. Menon, he started working. He constructed 2 documents on the basis of which he will talk to the princely states, the ruler of the princely states. So first document is called Instrument of Accession. What is this document? Indian Raja Nawab, they will negotiate with India, and whatever the concession personnel they needed, they would get it, and then a state would be merged in India. It's called Instrument of Accession. Second was Stand-Still Agreement. Do you understand the meaning of stand-still? A stand-still agreement means those Raja Nawab, those were reluctant, they considered themselves as self-sufficient state and can maintain its identity out of India. So those Raja Nawab who were reluctant to merge in India, they can have the same status like the way they were having during the British rule. Within the British Crown, they have an autonomous position. But Indian government may use their territory, like the way the British was also constructing the railways through their lines. So therefore, a stand-still agreement. So these 2 documents was prepared, and the B.P. Menon started the negotiation. Mountbatten, he was packing up for England. And before he will proceed to England, he wanted to speak to all the Raja Nawab in the central hall of the parliament today. And therefore, he prepared a fantastic speech, very emotional, because the royalty had a connection with his royal monarch. So he wanted to speak to them before leaving here. So he was learning hard. वो रट्टा लगाते हैं ना exam के. So he was taking the round of the house and याद कर रहा है बिल्कुल. He will speak nicely there in the parliament. But he was not learning so much with the interest. He was very restless. So BP Menon went to see him, and then he saw Mountbatten. Then he realized, he said, "Sir, you are looking very restless today." To Mountbatten, he threw away that speech and he said, "Yes, I am restless and very restless." Then BP Menon asked, "Sir, what is the reason?" Mountbatten replied, "Look, I did not came to India to pack up the British rule. I came here to begin new India. But despite all my effort, this population had become hostile population of the Britain. I found myself that I failed in this effort. So this is a utter frustration that I am feeling. This is the reason of my restlessness. I failed to make a good relation between India and England. These population had become the hostile population. They considered me as an enemy." So BP Menon is a very smart person. BP Menon immediately said, "Sir, if you help us in getting united, then entire India will be thankful to you." Then Mountbatten said, "Do you think that any role of mine would be acceptable to your leaders? Because they consider me as an enemy, particularly Patel." Patel, he never wanted to see this man, Mountbatten. 36 type relation. He said like this, Patel will turn the chair. So always, anytime. So BP Menon said, "Sir, as far as I know them, they can go to any extent to keep India united." Then Mountbatten asked him, "Okay, you can try." Then Patel rushed to Nehru, BP Menon rushed to Nehru and Patel sitting together talking about the future of India. Anytime they keep on conversation. So BP Menon said, "Sir, Nehru, Mountbatten agreed to negotiate with the princely states." So Nehru said, "Is it?" Patel bola, "What is it?" He said, "Is it?" And he said, "What is it?" "Again, you are trying to put a British inside our affair. In the last 190 years, you are not satisfied with the role of British. And now we have our own work, then you are again putting it." Then Nehru convinced him, "Patel, thoda cool." Because he is the person who had a better communication with these princely states. Then Patel bola, "Theek hai, try kar lo." So Mountbatten, he became the key negotiator with the princely states. So historic speech of Mountbatten in the Chamber of Princes in the Central Hall of Parliament, 24th July 1947, few days before independence. And Mountbatten, he used all the royal symbols, the royal canopy. Mountbatten Edwina, वो कपड़ा बांध के चलते साथ में, so that's a royalty symbol. So they came like a royalty, and monarch also realized, yes, this is conversation between a king and the king and the kings. So Mountbatten said, "My dear sirs, I am not asking you to join India, but you must choose the nearest dominion, because a small state on the boundary of such a huge state would not be viable and would not survive. So you choose whether you join India or Pakistan. I am not asking you to join India." So after call of Mountbatten, Bada Raja, Chota Raja. So after call of Mountbatten, the map of India was changing very rapidly. And before 15th August, almost all the princely states had decided and signed the instrument of accession. And BP Menon gave them a very generous ways to how to integrate with India. Except 6 major states and some states, those who are waiting for these 6 states. So first was Jodhpur. Entire Rajputana was waiting for Jodhpur. Then what will be the stand of Jodhpur? Then accordingly we will decide. So Jodhpur, largest princely state in Rajputana, yet to take decision regarding its merger in India or Pakistan. Bhopal, and Travancore, Kerala, Junagadh, and of course the two big ones, that is Hyderabad and Kashmir. So 6 major states, and some other states also, those who are waiting that what will be the move of these states. Fine. So Mountbatten had worked, and this is the reason bola na कि हमारे पास माँ है. The Mountbatten had really served a very competent role in the last minute. Competent role in the last minute, and then done it. So tough part was these 6 states, and they were not ready to talk also. Jodhpur, largest princely state in Rajputana. The ruler of Jodhpur was Rana Hanman Singh. He was a very technical person, B.Tech, totally, बहुत technical था. Any time he introduced differential calculation. So any time, algebra, trigonometry, everything लगाता था. Mathematical army. And since boundary of Jodhpur was common to India and Pakistan, so he was in a good position to bargain. And Jinnah, Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Mountbatten already said in his, wrote in his autobiography that I never met this person before. But when first time I had a meeting with him, I realized that how much hate he is having for India and the Hindus. Why? We will talk at some other time, but he is having so much of the hate. And look at the understanding of Jinnah. He said, as long as central system in India is weak, we are strong. So Pakistan is not because Pakistan is strong. Pakistan should be strong only when India is weak. This is a fundamental problem with many Pakistani leaders till date. So the Jinnah also have. So therefore, and regarding the paramountcy, you understand the meaning of paramountcy? The British was paramount power in India. So 18th July 1947, when Indian Independence Act was passed, the British paramountcy was over. So regarding paramountcy, Jinnah and Nehru had a massive difference, huge difference. Jinnah said, Nehru is a daydreamer. दिन में सपना देखता हो. He is a daydreamer. And he has no knowledge about anything. Lapse of paramountcy means the decision of the princely states that will be taken by the king and the nawab of the princely states, because they had treaty with the British. It's not public people, it's king. So they will decide whether they had to merge with India or Pakistan will remain independent. The king of the princely states would decide. Nehru said lapse of paramountcy means the people of the princely state will decide. One person cannot decide the fate of so many. So difference was very clear. So he was more interested in taking the pulse of Raja Nawab, Jinnah, and Nehru was more interested in taking the pulse of the what is the public is thinking. This is the difference of the opinion of the lapse of paramountcy. So Jinnah immediately called Hanman Singh ko bulaya. Hanman Singh went there to meet Jinnah. Big offer. So Jinnah immediately take the plain paper and signed on the dotted lines. Sir, we have signed on the dotted lines. Please fill in the conditions. Jodhpur will merge in Pakistan. Big offer. Hanman Singh, he was so technical, B.Tech. Itna bada offer. So Hanman Singh said, Jinnah Sahab, Karachi port should be with Jodhpur, merge in Jodhpur. Jinnah said, already signed on the dotted lines. Fill in the conditions. Then Hanwant Singh said, sir, from Sindh to Hyderabad, Pakistani Hyderabad, there is a rail line. Jodhpur will have control over the rail line. Signed the conditions. Unlike other states of Pakistan, Jodhpur can import free weapons from any country. Jinnah saw him. Sign kar diya. Immediate famine relief fund for Jodhpur, आज announce होगा. So Jodhpur will merge in Pakistan, means entire Rajputana will merge in Pakistan. But fortunately, Hanwant Singh was not alone sitting there. There was a ruler of one more princely state. It was Jaisalmer. The boundary of Jaisalmer was also common to both India and Pakistan. So he was sitting there. I forget his name. The prince of Jaisalmer was sitting there with Jinnah. If I will recall, I will tell you. So he was also listening. So Jinnah turned to him. Prince, Jodhpur is merging in Pakistan. Jaisalmer nahi milega. Your boundary is also with us. So Prince said, yes, kyun nahi milega? Sure, we'll merge with Pakistan. But I have one thing in my mind. He said, Pakistan created on the basis of two-nation theory. So it is a country for the Muslims. If tomorrow there will be any communal violence in Pakistan, may I expect that state will remain neutral? Neutral rahega. So Hanwant Singh also turned towards him. Kya question pucha? Solid question pucha. So Hanwant Singh turned to him. Then Jinnah said, what are you talking? Hindus and Muslims never had any violence in the history. And talking itself is a crime. These conflicts are political in nature. 1,000 years old history, we never had a violence. So don't think on that. But Hanwant Singh to B.Tech tha. He had noted the question. We'll answer. Raat mein soch ke likhega. So we'll think later. Then Hanwant Singh said, Jinnah sir, I will take 3-4 days time to convey you. So the face of the Jinnah turned immediately red. He snatched paper in the hands of Hanwant Singh. Ek to blank paper par sign kiya. And thereafter you needed time. So then Hanwant Singh also bola chalo, and then returned back to Jodhpur. Talks failed. Then Sardar Patel called B.P. Menon. Bula ke lao. And Hanwant Singh was called in Delhi. Patel was sitting and Hanwant Singh came. Patel, the politician, had a different stroke of mindset. Patel immediately said, Hanwant Singh, he talked in Hindi. We'll translate in English. Bola, Hanwant, tumhara baap mera dost. Understand? The way that he spoke in the meeting, your father is my friend. So, it is my responsibility to show you the right ways. If you don't understand, I will come in the role of your father. This is how the politicians speak. And then Hanwant Singh said, sir, ye kuch bolta nahi, B.P. Menon. He should speak something to me. Then Patel said, whatever he needed, gave him, and tomorrow Jodhpur will merge in India. Then B.P. Menon immediately brought the pen and paper. ICS, bolo. But B.P. Menon was a highly nationalist personality. Hanwant Singh was putting the condition that Jodhpur will become an independent country within country. And bureaucrat, nobody can play with the bureaucrat, even the super politician. Then he prepared one document which was conveyed by Hanwant Singh word by word. And then he prepared another document which actually suits him for the integration of India. He changed the words, he changed the sentence, right? So many legal terms. and then sir will sign the instrument of accession in front of Mountbatten. So Patel and BP Menon and Hanman Singh went to meet the Mountbatten. Mountbatten was not in the room. So BP Menon said that, please sir, please sign the document. Sir will come, Mountbatten sir will come. He was thinking that he is a king. He will not read the document. He will sign the way that you take the sim and sign the terms and conditions. So he will not read the document. But Hanman Singh to B.Tech tha. He started turning the page and doing the underline. And he did not find the same thing what he conveyed. Then he pulled the pistol. I was thinking that you people always ditch. So he put the BP Menon like this. He was on the gun point. Uda deta Raja hai. Then Mountbatten came down the stairs. He saw gun laga ke rakha hai. Then he said, please, please, give it to me. Trigger on, life gone. So give it to me. So once Mountbatten asked something from Hanman Singh immediately take the gun. Sir, actually this is gift from my side to you. You understand, this is not simple gun. There are so many woods, so many metals, ivory, this. I especially bought it for myself. This is a gift. So एक बार पिस्टल ले लिया, then BP Menon बात में पिस्टल दूसरा डॉक्यूमेंट लाया, and then Hanman Singh signed the instrument of accession and Jodhpur became part of India. After that, all the states of Rajputana had signed it. So it was something like big success on the part of BP Menon. BP Menon, he wrote a book in 1960s, the story of integration of Indian states, and he revealed all this information that had happened during that time. So this is how the Jodhpur became part of India. So we should start the integration of Indian states, some high points we should write.